Welcome to the channel. I'm Mike. This is the Scout. Today we're going to Harbor Freight. We're going to go look at some off-road gear, some tools, some things you might need off-road, some things that'll be good, some things that you should probably stay away from, but should be good. We're going to probably look at 20 or 30 different things at Harbor Freight. I'll tell you what I have, tell you what I think of each one, and yeah, we'll take you along for the ride. Luckily, it's just a short, speedy drive for me to my local Harbor Freight, so I go there often. Well, we made it to Harbor Freight. Let's go in, see what they got. First thing, and probably one of the most essential overland tools, is a winch. And this Badlands Apex 12,000 pound winch is an amazing piece of gear that Harbor Freight has. It's $5.99. It's great. It's got about 80 feet of synthetic rope, which I like synthetic more than steel cable. There is a steel cable version, but the synthetic rope's a lot better. It's got a pretty good line speed, and one of the things I like about the Apex model of these winches is that they already come with a wireless remote, which, I mean, that's amazing in and of itself. But it also, the wireless remote that it comes with also has a cable backup that you can use. This is my hidden Badlands winch setup. It's got the synthetic rope. It's got a hook on it. I might change that in the future, but it's kind of set back behind the bumper. It's not actually attached to the bumper. It's attached to the frame. Moving on to the tree strap. Everybody should have a tree strap. This one's 4-inch wide, 8-foot long tree strap, plenty big to go around most trees. It's got the protectors on the end. It's $29.99. It's got a really good review. You can see it's got about 250 reviews. And it's got a 30,000 pound braking strength, which is great for most any off-road experience. This is the wireless winch remote that works with the other Badlands winches that are not the Apex version. It works pretty good. I have a similar version of this that it's got a little bit of a delay in it. So if you have an old Badlands, this will work great, but I probably recommend the other version, which is this one. It's a little bit more expensive, but it does have a cable backup in case your remote dies. And this works with almost all the Badland winches, the old ones and the new ones. I think it might even work with some of the other winches if you have like a worn winch or something like that. But most new winches come with a wireless remote, but this is a great replacement. Everybody needs a recovery strap. This is a 2-inch wide, 20-foot long version. They also have a 3-inch wide, 30-foot version, which I probably recommend the 3-inch, 30-foot version more. It does have a higher working load, a higher braking strength, because when your buddy yeets you out of your mud pit, you're going to want that higher braking strength. So you can see right here, the 2-inch has a 6,600 pound capacity. The 3-inch has a 10,000 pound capacity, and the braking strength the braking strength is 30,000 pounds, and it does have a 20% stretch to kind of ease those really hard pulls. But you should definitely get one of these. Next up, we got these steel shackles. This one's a 9,500 pound working load. These are great if your attachment points on your rig don't accommodate soft shackles very well. So you can use these in addition to soft shackles, and at $10.99 a piece, it's a great deal. You can get them in red or black, depending on your style, I guess. Here's the specifications. They are 3/4 inch. Again, the working load's about 9,500 pounds. These are my front recovery points. So I have shackles mounted to the front all the time. They're just there. These are the Harbor Freight shackles. I've had them for years. They work really well. I usually just slip my soft shackle through there, attach it, and then attach a strap to that. Now, you need a way to attach your tow strap to your rig. I would not recommend one of these. I've seen these break. There's plenty of videos on the internet about these breaking. I would get something similar to this, hitch-mounted D-ring shackle, and this is way better. Again, there's some people that are going to argue that this is not ideal. There are alternatives to this, but This will work great for 90% of the people in 90% of the situations. It's just that small percentage that is ultra stuck that might need something different. All right, light bars before lockers, right? So we got a winch, we got a tow strap, now we need some lights. These RoadShock Edge 6 LED lights are amazing. There's 7,500 lumen. There's 3 different light modes, so you can have low beam, medium, and high beam, which shoots the light out really far. I have tried these. I don't have them on my Scout right now, but I have tried them in the past on other people's vehicles, and they light up the night like it's daytime. And they have a pretty wide throw, so they work pretty well for an all-around light. And how are people going to see what you're crawling on and what you're doing without some underglow lights on your rig? Again, I don't have these specific ones. I'm going to get a couple of pair of these because I think they mount better. They're brighter. I just have some generic Chinese LED ones, which I know these are Chinese LEDs, but these are a little bit better quality, better build quality. They don't come with a switch or any other wiring. They just have a pigtail, so you do have to wire them up yourself, but it's not bad. Along with vehicle lighting, you got to have handheld lighting, because when you get stuck and you got to walk back to civilization, you got to have a light to take with you. I like these tactical type flashlights. They have a super long runtime on low, 29 hours on low, but on high, it's like 3 hours or something like that. And I like these ones specifically because of the steel core, so they're nearly indestructible. They're waterproof. They take AA batteries, which I'm a big fan of flashlights that take batteries because it's super easy to replace batteries, but it's hard to charge your flashlight when it's dead. You can just swap the batteries out if you need to. If you want a rechargeable flashlight, I would recommend these little Braun flashlights. They're 1800 lumen. They got a pretty good runtime, 8-hour runtime. They're rechargeable, USB-C rechargeable flashlight. They're easy enough to just plug in and leave in your USB receptacle in your rig. So these are good for if you're as a primary, if you have a battery backup, because again, like I said, it's not always easy to charge your flashlight, but it's easy to swap the batteries. One thing I'm a big fan of is these handheld lanterns. They are 2000 lumen. They're super bright. They're great for like putting inside your rig if you're sleeping inside your rooftop tent, inside your regular tent, or just kind of setting out on your tailgate and lighting up the area when you're sitting around the campfire. Like, these are rechargeable. They have a super long runtime. They are durable and waterproof. Like, I really like these lanterns. Another thing you're going to want to get is a headlamp, and a good quality headlamp. This one's waterproof, rechargeable, 700 lumens, so it's going to light up the area. Now let's talk about some Pioneer gear. So an axe, you definitely need an axe, whether it's a full-size axe. I like the fiberglass handle, or a short little hatchet, but you should have an axe. Along with an axe, you should have a shovel. I like this mini shovel. I like it. It's just big enough to be able to work for what you need. You could mount it just about anywhere inside or outside your vehicle. An alternative is this little foldable utility shovel, an e-tool. They work pretty good. They are ultra compact. You could keep it, if you have limited space, you could keep it inside a bag inside your vehicle. Here's the axe and shovel setup that I have mounted to the roof rack of my Scout. Works really well for me. You might need something different. Another big issue with overlanding is just dead batteries. Running all these lights, running all your equipment, your blender, your fridge, whatever, it's going to kill your battery pretty quick. So you got to have a good set of jumper cables. I like the 1-gauge 30-footers. They give you just enough length to be able to connect to another vehicle in your camp. Now the floor jack, the only reason I'm showing this floor jack is, for one, it's aluminum, it's super lightweight, it's fairly cheap, it doesn't lift a ton of weight, but I have seen guys that have mounted them to like aluminum skid plate and taken the wheels off, and they work very well off-road. Moving on to some safety equipment, fire extinguishers. You need at least 2 fire extinguishers because 1 is none, 2 is 1. So get a fire extinguisher, at least 2. You can see there's different types of fire extinguishers, a marine auto and a home. The marine auto is good for B and C type fires. The home is good for A, B, and C type fires. Get one that works for what you're using it for. I would recommend the home fire extinguisher. You don't want to end up dumping your 32-ounce Mountain Dew on your electrical fire in your rig because you don't have a working fire extinguisher. Along with safety, if you're going to be utilizing winches and cables and all that kind of stuff, you need a good set of gloves. I don't know what the difference between cowhide, goatskin, or deerskin leather is, but a good set of leather gloves is going to do wonders for your hands. The last few things we're going to talk about are probably not essential, but nice, like these shop towels. They always come in handy. These cleaning wipes work very well when you do end up fixing your rig and your hands are all dirty. Just use these and it cleans them up really well. These Apache storage cases, they're like Pelican cases, but like a third the price. But they're waterproof, they're extremely durable. I don't use mine for a toolbox. I use mine for keeping other sensitive, valuable items in it. I'll probably get some heat for this. You need a good quality knife off-road, and I like these folding pocket utility knives. They use the utility blades, which are literally a dime a dozen. So if it goes dull, you just put in a new blade. You're not out anything, and you don't have to sharpen it ever. You can always use some good tie-downs. I definitely like a good high-quality tie-down. This one's a 10-foot tie-down. It works very well for everything that I ever need it for. I'm not tying my vehicle down with that, but they come in 4-packs also. These are the type that you want for tying your vehicle down. These are extremely heavy duty. They have a 10,000-pound braking strength, good enough to hold your vehicle down when you're trailer queening it somewhere. This tie-down set works pretty well for just holding stuff onto my roof rack. Speaking of holding stuff, who doesn't love duct tape? This duct tape kind of sucks. I would recommend the Gorilla Tape. This is what I carry. It is way better. It works for the toughest jobs. But between duct tape and a tarp, you can make a shelter. I mean, you can MacGyver so many different things. So I carry a tarp with me to just kind of use as an awning or extend my awning if I need to. Last thing is extra fuel. You can always use extra fuel. I've run out of fuel many times. I've used my extra fuel to help somebody else. These are not the cheapest, but they're metal and they work really well.